Hey, it's Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is Monday, April 9th, 2018. I did not trade the morning session. It was nothing but up, and I missed it. I'm looking at the afternoon session only. It was a nice move up today. It continued to defy gravity and making a move off the lows of Friday, which I believe we said the Friday low was 61.81. So over $1.50 or so off of that low. I am currently looking to short into the afternoon session. I'm following behind this trade right here. I'm not in officially, but I'm looking to get short around 36.35, right in that range, and see if that will open up the floodgates to the short. We have a GAN signal that's formed itself coming across, so I'm expecting the market to have a fall down at least to the R1 line and to give us the ability to at least hopefully protect break even. So what I'm looking for in a nutshell is the move down to here, and we're in here, and then be able to protect break even once we run down to the R2 or R1 line. That's the goal right now, and looking at the afternoon session to be able to retrace some of the move that went up. Now the horizontal line going across prices is the last major big blue bar that came across the top of the bar. And so I want to try to get lower than that bar. That's what the goal is to get lower than that bar. That bar was printed, let's go back. This bar, here's your two high volume bars. And I believe we had a third one too. Yeah. So we had three above 3,000 right now. So I'm looking for the bar to, one of these to give up the ghost and head down. At this point in time, we haven't seen that movement. The high of the market right now is at 61, 63.61. So we might have to get up over that 63.61 level to prove that it wants to do anything right now. So we want to remove this open trade right now. And now we're going to wait for volume to kick in before we get involved in anything now. I'm going to stand aside right now. It just not might I can't even speak today. It just might not be a tradable day on the short side. We just have to find out. We are in basically the last hour of trading now on the open outcry of the U.S. market. It usually ends at the 1:30 CST mark, so we're inside the last hour. I started looking at the market at about 12 o'clock, right around this area, and I'm watching this right through here to this GAN signal that's coming across prices, and ideally I want to be short underneath that 40 line. So at this point in time, we're going to hold it at, we'll keep it at 39, just in case it does want to run, and we'll run with a really tight stop on that opening trade of 9 ticks. We're looking for a 3P down move to make up some of the ground that was on the other side. So if we look at the low, today's low is 61.93, and we've been as high as 63.61. We're 1 tick shy of 8p. So when you run an 8p move, 8 makes 10 usually. 6,200 is the open. If we plug that number in, let me just pull over my spreadsheet so you can see what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I'm plugging in the buy right here, 6193. That's the low of the market, and this is showing me how far the range has went today. So right now, what I can tell you is range has almost went 8p, an 8p move, 169 ticks up. That was within one of filling us. Let's move down. Just in case it prairie dogs its way over and up. Works both ways. So 6,200 is today's open. That's what you see right there. That's what I usually start my charts with, is where was the open of the market. And what we can tell by looking over here is the open was around 6,200. We've moved up. It's easy to see how far we moved up today, 161 ticks. And then we went low of 61.93. So if we look at today, it opened at 6,200. It went to 61.93 at some point during the session. We know that the prior day close on Friday was 61.95. That's what they all agreed upon. And we know during the session itself we went up to 63.61. So we've got a fairly good, strong uptrend day today. So on a day like today, I'd be happy with even a 1p down move, get 21 ticks. So right here, if we would get filled at 63.38, let's just plug that in. What we can see is that I'm looking for a retracement roughly around the 75 area, and hopefully put in 63 ticks into the account and pull the account closer to break even today. That would be, that would be what I'd hope for. We've moved almost 8, so a down flow, we could say that it could go as far as half of it. So we might be able to see as far as a 4p down move and a retracement before the day's out. So, but 3's being on the safe side. But obviously getting 2 would be awesome as well. So anything that's in the bonus column is golden right now. So I'm looking at the retracement trade into the afternoon session. That's pretty much what I'm looking for. The volume is telling me that we can have it. We just have to be patient and pick it off correctly now. And be patient. Now it went to 40. Why did it go to 40? That goes back to that volume figure that I showed you earlier. This is the last major high where people saw some sign of, hey, wait a minute, something's wrong here. And this was printed right here at 1 minute and 9:24. All of this volume was printed, and 40 held. That's what you see right now. 40s was holding. Then it went up to the high. It didn't really find much up there once it got there. So it's like, okay, we went up there, and now we haven't found any more up here at the highs. Whoops. Up here at the highs, we didn't find any more extra volume to be had on the short side to clear out. So now that we've cleared out a lot of these trades going up, the path of least resistance becomes down now. And it's kind of opposite of what it does on the long side. I mean, when we have a short. When the market's falling for the day, I like to short it into close. And when the market's rising really hard, I like to still short it into close. In my humble opinion, the path of least resistance is always going down. Doesn't mean that's right. It's just the way that I see things. I trade better on the short side, knowing that I can protect my profits quicker and move to break even quicker. I mean, today might just be one of those days I end up with a couple ticks or lose a few. All right, so I'm going to pause until we see something now. It looks like we might go test the high before we do anything here. So when the market's doing this kind of movement, to me, it's like a tree. It's think of it as a tree, and obviously this is my interpretation. But the tree itself is, oh, that's a terrible looking tree, so let's forget about that. Let's try this again. All right, so we got this tree, and it's got this base. But as the tree gets taller, it starts to get weaker, and it starts having these leaves up here, and it's very vulnerable, very easily can be overtaken, and it can fall. The branch could fall. So what I'm saying is that the branches, as you keep moving up, start to get weaker and weaker, and it makes an ability to find a trade that could come down quickly for a little bit. It doesn't take a lot of momentum for it to start falling, and then people start clearing out. All right, going to pause here. Unpause because we're trying to make a move here. Alright, so it fought off. Let's pause again. Honestly, what I think it's going to do is run the high. See what's up there. Alright, so we're in the last half hour of trading now of the open outcry in the United States. Alright, going to remove the open order here. Looks like we're heading for that high. You'll probably see some high volume bar to be able to look at. R2 is at 64.50 today. So it's still $1 away from where we're trading. The GAN signal today was on the 137.5 degree angle is at 63.21. That's already been run. It's down there at that R1 line. That's what I'm looking for, is to move back to R1 or go lower and to close if there is any move at all for the short side. If I see anything, I'll unpause video. Nothing yet. I'm not going to get tricked into a short now. I'm just going to wait until
We run the high or see a high volume bar print before I get involved in the trade. It might run without me, is what I'm saying. Oh, it's tempting. Using this one here, I still think we take out this high though.
Kind of settled down for a nap here. I don't know if it shoots down to go up, goes, or it just strictly goes down. Removing. Definitely going to go after that 61 now. I kind of think if the market would have wanted to come down, it would have come down a long time before now. So it's a matter of how far would it fall once it hits that 61. Is it worth it? I don't know. We'll see what happens when it gets there. Pausing. Keep on pausing because I think we're going to hit that 61. I want to see what happens up there. Now what I'm asking myself in my head is a 2p move worth an entry here at this time. 2p is 42 ticks. So lower the loss by 42 if I can get it, risking 9. Or is 21 worth 9 if I find the right entry? That's a 2p move now. And if we're looking at it, on the side of the screen, what I'm watching is this 15-minute chart too. I'm watching this, looking at this buildup. And what I think can happen into close is we can run down to R1. But I think we got to hit that 61 before we do anything though. So I want to see what happens up at 61 before I do anything. And if it goes down before 61, then so be it. I believe there'll be some short covering above that 61. We'll see a high blue bar volume. Probably, we'll see. It's probably got to get about 5 to 8 ticks higher than 61. And probably have to be Johnny on the spot. It keeps it. It contains it. Let's see here. If it pushes it, if it can contain it within 69. If it gets higher than 69, I'm going to leave it alone. But 61 up through 68, I think that we can take on this trade to the short end to close. But it needs to take out 61 first. And obviously, if it runs down without me, then so be it. I'll just let it go. And today wasn't one of those days that I woke up and looked at the market and thought, boy, it looks like a good long. But then I always think to myself that the long sets up the short. So be patient. I tried to be patient on the Monday today. Might have to wait till Tuesday to find my trade sometime, which is fine. I'm looking for a trade that's going to get me from minus to plus. So in hindsight, if I knew the market was going to go up 163 ticks today, 161 ticks, excuse me, from 6,200, 161 ticks going up, hell, I would have traded it. I think the only sure thing you can count on is we're going to take out 61. The odds of us taking out 61 right now is probably 90 to 10. 90% to take out 61. Maybe 80-20. And it'll probably have to go down to go up. Should see a flurry of activity here pretty soon. Starting to see it pick up a little bit. The pace is picking up. The open outcry in the U.S. markets is over roughly at 1:30. So we've got about 12 minutes in that open outcry. A lot of guys like to get their business done in the old open outcry time, especially day traders and those that are closing out positions on a swing trading basis. I think you'll see some closing out of trades here into close. Some people not willing to hold overnight, which should drive the market up over 61 easy. Should start picking up its pace any minute now. Should see a flurry of an activity into the last 10 minutes here. All right, we're within 10 minutes. Let's see what happens. False move down to break out the top. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe it's going to head down. Who knows? I'm not going to go. I'm not going to get involved in this short, though, because I still think we're going to knock out that 61. I've been to this party one too many times. This is not my circus. It's not my set of monkeys. I don't like this look. I just know that 61 is really close. One trader with a bunch of contracts could easily run that. And what that trader's got to think right now, what I'm thinking is that if they can get it above there, then they can get all of their contracts at 61 off. Instead of taking, it following from here down. I don't know. Just thinking in the minds of some of them that's probably already knocked out. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's as close as we're going to get today within a couple ticks of it. Got to 56 there. That's just so tempting to knock out that 61, though. If I know if I had enough money, I would go up there and see what's there. All right. Well, today was an observation day for me on the up. I didn't catch it. Looked like there was a nice move. Probably worth at least 62.80 through right here where we're trading. Probably an 70, 80 tick. Let's call it 70 ticks on the upside today. That would have been the upside potential up to 55 there. I'm not going to trade. I hate to get involved in with only 5 minutes to go in the open outcry unless we run out that 61. Discretion, the better part of valor. Pick your spot, right? So let's measure something here. If we would have been able to get lucky enough to catch this top here, 655, 6356. A 2p down move would bring it to 63.14. A 1p move would be 63.35. And that's taken on the top. That's if we would have been able to get lucky enough to be able to take it on at 56. At 55, we'd have to need one more on top of that, so 34. All right, so today is an observation day into the close. I'm not trading it. I don't care how good it looks now. I don't want to get involved in something that's got hardly any time to accomplish anything in the American markets when most of the traders will be. It's just so tough. I know that sometimes there is some opportunity in between here and 2 hours from now being the close at 4. 3 o'clock, 3:10, 3 o'clock close. Okay, here's the flurry of activity here at the close. It's not worth taking on today. So what I'm going to do is, when this is over, once we see that 130 print, let's go back and look at the day and see where you could have managed this trade. It's a nice long signal today, I guess, overall. Well, it wasn't really, no, it wasn't a good long signal. It was just a volume said that it wanted to keep going up. Interesting how that 40 line is holding. There's the 130 area right there, right in here. Alright, so let's go back and look at the 8 o'clock mark this morning. Looks like you open up with a short right in here. Based on these bars, you have your short signal. And you get taken out. And you see your failure bar. This would have been a tough day to trade, guys, to make money. Here's a GAN signal coming across prices right through here. Might have been an entry point right in this area because we already hit R1 previous. So we could have run through it. Comes back down here and then runs up to the high. So maybe you got about 40 to 50 ticks available. Call it 40. The way I would have looked at it today. Probably had about 40 ticks available today. Maybe a 2p up move available to the upside. That's probably best case scenario for me. Now if you did better than that, so basically what I'm saying is if you got more than 42 ticks today, you should give yourself a big old hand and pat yourself on the back if this is your back. Pat yourself on the back. You did really good today. Anything above a 42 plus today, you did really good. So pat yourself on the back. And that's trading one contract. So per contract. So one contract. And if you were able to get above 42 ticks today, trading one contract today, you did really good. Pat yourself on the back. Alright, that's going to do it for me today. I'm wrapping up this video, clearing out some of my trend lines that I put on my charts, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. That's it. Dave Knight out. Bye now.